And we're live. And I just dumped soda on my leg.
You're not supposed to do that.
Here, back.
Hi, Sandy.
Don't mind me, I just had a soda spill. So I have Mountain Dew running down my leg. The cup was still a little too full.
Sorry.
Alright.
So it's only me and Cindy right now.
Disaster avoided. Hey, Cindy. How are you today? Hey, King. We got a few minutes here and let people filter in. Then we'll get going. I'm hanging in there. Hey, Silver. All right, we got a couple more minutes. People show up, and then we'll get this thing going, get into announcements and all that kind of thing. Give me a chance to finish getting set up. I didn't realize till just now that apparently I wasn't ready to set up, or all the way set up. Of course, being ready would be way too easy.
Hi, Hidden.
Hey, Hidden.
No, you
Yeah,
did get
Silver,
them.
if you check your email again and look at it again, you'll see that I put an update that those two are no longer available. And they got replaced with 2 Carson City Morgans. So, yeah, those are yours. You're good. All right, so I want to start up by apologizing to everybody about not going live on Thursday. We were supposed to do the second episode of the Coins of the World on Thursday, but we had medical appointments and all that fun stuff ended up happening on Thursday. So we're going to try and be doing it as much as we can on the new show. But as most of you already know, we're in the process right now of getting my wife's neck taken care of. So especially over the next couple of weeks, you know, she's getting an MRI done. We're going to be meeting the spine surgeon. So there's a lot going on right now. So bear with us. If we don't make a show, just assume it's because we had too much to do and we just couldn't do it. But we will try and get on for that as often as we can. Just bear with us. So that's why we were not on. Yeah, she's got a shattered disc in her neck that they've got to go in and take it out, and we don't know yet if they're just gonna fuse it or if they're gonna try and replace it. That's why she's got to do the MRI, because they've got to see which disc it is and what they're dealing with. But the only thing we know right now is it is within the first 4 discs in the neck.
And hopefully it's not the top 2. Or one of the top 2.
So, all right. Just a reminder to everybody, the YouTube Coin Seminar is coming up here in a couple of weeks. So if you guys want to take part in that, make sure you send Ken Peavy an email at kpeavy@live. And let him know what time slot you want and what your subject's going to be and all that kind of thing, so we can get that schedule filled up.
Me take part, right? Yeah.
Well, you also never do anything live, so.
Hi, John Wolf.
Stats for nerds. Hey, John. All right, so tonight is kind of a mixture of, we do have some new things, but then it's also kind of a bit of an inventory blowout. So we got some stuff that we're just trying to unload that we're going to be dropping some prices on. Then we've also got some new stuff. So let's see. We're going to start on the big items. And of course, we got hoping to eventually get a 3rd camera so I can actually have a higher up camera again, because of the way everything's set up right now. Alright, so our first item is going to be, we've got a bag of mixed airtights. As you can see, it's kind of hard to show on this camera. But it is 61 airtights of mixed sizes between nickel and dollar size.
30.
And this one's just trying to buy it now for $30. Again, there's 61 airtights in this bag. Who would want to store air?
You forgot your macro.
So that makes it basically 50 cents per airtight plus a bonus airtight. So if anybody's been needing some airtights, here is a big, big bag of them. It's 61 airtights in this bag. So for example, there's one of the dollar ones. Right there. Anybody interested in this one? Great way to store your coins, keep them safe. Actually, surprised you're not going for it, Cindy. Usually you're all over the airtights when we have them.
Hi, Blues.
Don't forget, Cindy, you got $20 in credit right now. Hey, Blues.
Not 30.
Oh, but after tonight, it'll probably be 30.
All right.
All right. Oh, we are moving on. So if anybody decides they want those, let us know. All right. Next item up, I'm going to show this on camera as well as I can. This is an exclusive edition Westminster Abbey solid proof medallion set. And it does come in this nice case. These are clad, they're not silver. And Hidden is already going bid on this one. Congrats, Hidden. That's a very nice little set there.
Hidden, you upgraded.
Yeah, that just upgraded your shipping. You are into the bigger package again. But you're used to that, right? Alright, next item up. So for anybody who likes mint rolls, we got a bunch of those coming. Alright, so this is still in the box from the United States Mint. Inside of this box, still sealed, is the 2009 Philadelphia and Denver Presidency Lincoln Cent Roll. So that's the one, that was the last one they released in 2009 that just has the Capitol building on the back. And the box has never been opened. So you're getting a Philadelphia and a Denver.
Yep.
Yep, LP4. And this one is going for $15. Trying to show the sticker on the side if I can. I don't know if you can see it, but that's where it says LP4 right there. And this was issued on November 5th, 2009 at 2:13 in the afternoon.
You cannot see that very well.
I don't know why you can see that.
Yeah, you cannot see it.
Anybody interested in this one? This, by the way, is the same price that they were in 2009 when they were released. So you're getting it for the same price that the Mint charged. Big boy, tidy whities. That last call on this one. Sorry, I can't get it under a camera really, but it's a big box for 2 rolls.
Yeah.
That's why I just keep holding it up every now and again. Again, it's the LP4, Lincoln Presidency, Denver and Philly mint rolls, still sealed in the box. The original box they were shipped in. All right, we're going to move on from that one. If anybody decides they want that or they want to make an offer on it, let us know.
Hi, coin roll.
Hey, coin roll, Craig. We picked a good time to stop by. We're in coin rolls right now. All right, next up, we've got some nickel mint rolls. So the first one that I'm pulling out here, we got 2 of these available. This is the 2005 Westward Journey Series Ocean in View, Denver. And we have 2 of these available, and we're looking for $5 each. They're both Denver. Killing you all over
The page.
page.
Yeah. Because she's having to hunt it all down.
Sorry,
Yes,
Sandy.
we are in Arizona.
I just like doing the big items first. That way when we switch to the scope, we can just stay on the scope. Looking for $5 per roll. Anybody? Original U.S. mint rolls. Last call on these. If somebody wants both, I'll do $8 on them as a pair. Give you $1 off per roll.
And you can find mint errors and whatever in the rolls if you decide to choose.
Yeah, these things have double dies on them you can find. Could be lots of goodies. All right, we're going to move on. All right, next up, we have one roll of these. This is the Westward Journey Series 2005 Denver Original Mint Rolled American Bison.
$5.
And again, this one is $5. This could have the speared buffalo in it. The speared buffalo came out of the Denver Mint. And you go through one of these rolls and you pull out one speared buffalo. That's what, a few $100 coin? Just in that one coin?
Which one?
Probably the same one that you tell us every time you bring that up. Yep. All right, moving on. All right, the last two mint rolls we have are the 2006 Westward Journey. These are the Return to Monticello. And there is a Philadelphia roll and a Denver roll. There's your Denver. And there's your Philadelphia.
$5 each.
$5 each, or I'll do $8 for the pair for the Philly and the Denver. A lot of people still don't realize that the 2006 was actually part of the Westward Journey series. It was a 3-year series, not a 2-year series. Man, no love for the mint rolls today. All right, last call on these. $5 each, or if you want both the Denver and the Philly, I'll do it for $8 for the pair. We're moving on. Alright, next item up. This is a full roll of brilliant uncirculated 1958 wheat cents.
$10.
And this one we're looking for $10. When I say BU, I mean these things are gleaming. Focus. Pop out one there. Make sure I only touch the rim. Focus. So you're going to full roll. Every single one of these is BU. Shiny, crisp. Never, ever have been circulated. We actually originally got these as a never before opened bankroll that was labeled from a bank in Alabama.
But we were curious.
But yeah, we were curious and we wanted to see how nice they were, and we took them out of the bankroll and looked through them and stuck them in a tube. So the bankroll was never opened, and pay attention. I'll show this action in one of these under the scope. I mean, check that out. This is basically what every coin in that roll looks like. And you're getting a full roll. And by the way, the price we're offering it at $10, that's actually under market report and only $3 over gray sheet for a BU roll for this year.
Last call.
Last call, and we're moving on. When you think about it, you take this and you sell these at $1 a piece. That's $50 off the roll. You're looking at it on a 60-inch TV, over 60-inch TV. Good Lord.
That's a little too much, in my opinion. I think it would like distort everything.
Not if it's a good TV. If it's a decent TV, it won't. All right, we are moving on. Anybody decides they want that roll, let us know. All right. Got a few more rolls here. And then we'll be done with coin rolls.
Lots of weight.
All right. So this one we have 4 available. I know, right? How smart is it really? It's only as smart as the user. So these are full rolls of 1944 San Francisco.
What does that say? Dash 85.
It doesn't. It says dash S. Looks like that one got scribbled out at some point. So we have 4 of these available. Full rolls 1944S. The coins in these rolls range from good to very fine. And we are looking for $3 per roll. Can I tell you what coins to buy? Give it time, it will be able to. So again, 4 rolls, $3 each. All 1944 San Franciscos.
There's a pointer and silver, so that will take one.
All right, we got 1 going to silver. That leaves 3 left.
You are welcome, Silva.
All right, last call on the 44S. Got 3 rolls left. All right, we are moving on. All right, next up, we got 3 of these available. And these are full rolls of 1950 San Francisco. Again, the grades on these will range anywhere from good to very fine. And again, these are going to be $3 per roll. for 1950 San Francisco. Full rolls. And once again, silver's taking one roll. So that leaves two left. To answer your question, silver, no, I picked my own coins, but it is voice activated in 3D. Alright, so now we're going to have to figure out how to shoot a 3D video.
Right?
Which means y'all better start buying a whole lot of coins, because 3D cameras are what, like $8,000 each? And you have to have, I think it's something like a minimum of like 6 of them to properly put together a 3D shot. Alright, last call on the 50S.
Still have two.
You check your coins out really good. You just rotate it. You see the front, the back, the side, the rim, everything. How crazy would that be if you had enough cameras to compile an image that good that somebody could literally sit there and rotate the picture and see the whole thing?
Yeah.
And have it in like super, super high def so you could zoom in and out crystal clear. That'd be nuts.
Alright, moving on.
Alright, moving on. Alright, and our last coin roll for the night. There was cool coins, and of course there was cool coins. They were from us. Alright, this one we've only got one, and it is a full roll of 1952 San Francisco. And again, this one is $3. Only got one. Hey, Mo. And Silver is buying this one. Congrats, Silver. Alright, so that does it for coin rolls. If anybody decides you want any of them that didn't sell, let us know. They will be here. Alright. Alright, next up, we got some gold tonight. That's right, I did say gold. Alright. This is an Istanbul Altın Refinery. 1 gram, 99.9.
At the top or bottom?
Gold bar.
Okay.
And this one is $55. One gram, 0.999 pure. Technically 0.9999 pure.
And it has that cool reflective thingy.
It's got a little holographic Istanbul thingamajigger on there. show you the other side. This is the other side of it. Oh man, gold. Like for $55, anyone. 1 gram solid gold. Gold has been on the up and up lately. See where we're at per ounce right now. $1,437 an ounce. It's up $32 already today. Gold is gonna hit $1,500 an ounce within the next couple of months. I can almost guarantee you. Unless there's a sudden crash, which like that rarely ever happens with gold.
Hi, Annie.
Yeah, it is really nice. Plus, it's from Istanbul, so that's kind of cool.
Turn it over. When you're
And the other side's got the holographic thingamajigger on it. Hey, Bill. Well, hey, you stopped in just in time to see gold.
Last call on this. Could be yours for $55.
Last call on this one, $55. Yep. Modern day Constantinople.
You're right.
All right, we are moving on. If anybody decides they want this little guy, let us know. Next item up. Next I'm red, so I'm going to reset real fast. Get back to green. All right, there we go. Now we're green again. All right, next up is a 10-pack of little 1 gram silver bars. And this one we're looking at $18 for the bag. One gram, 0.999 pure silver, and there are 10 bars. Who doesn't like the idea of owning a little pile of silver bars? When you buy these things off AppMex, you usually pay anywhere between like $2 and $2.50 per bar. You can get all these little bars here for $1.80 per bar. You know, they're good for just stashing away for silver stackers. They're good for channel giveaways. People love to get these as giveaways. You know, good as a gift for somebody you want to try and get them into collecting.
Last call.
And the good thing about silver is that, you know, you always know if you sit on it for long enough, it's going to jump back up to 40, 50 bucks an ounce again someday. Hey, there you go, Bill. Leave them as tips for people. Get a little gram of silver as a tip. That way, again, if you know if the person who gets it as a tip wants to, they can just sit on it until the price on silver goes way up again. Which it always does. Well, right now it is, but it's going to change eventually. In fact, the last time was, what was it? I think 2008. It jumped up to 45 bucks an ounce.
All right.
All right, we're moving on. If anybody decides they want these or that 1 gold gram, or that 1 gram of gold, let us know. Yeah. Use them as toppings on salads for lunch.
Okay, I would not do that.
Yeah, it sounds like that would hurt on the teeth. All right, next up, Silver Eagles. Of course, having them in order would have been too easy.
Right?
All right, so we're starting off with a 1988 Brilliant Uncirculated. Only the third year these were ever made. And we were looking for 25 bucks. And Silver Stinger can attest that these back dates, especially in the 80s, can go as high as $45 on eBay. And people pay that much for them. Yeah, 96 is what, you know, if there's a key date for the series, that would be it for the Silver Eagles, is the 96. And I think it's just because it had a lower mintage.
I believe so.
You usually get the 96 for $20. You still got any of them?
One.
No, hey, at least you kept one. All right, last call on this one. 1988 Silver Eagle. Brilliant uncirculated. Let's see real quick. No, final grade. Go away. Just got me curious now. Where'd the lane go? There it is. Silver Eagle. $1996. $3,600,000 minted. But yeah, like in an MS69, it'll be $100 for the 96.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, the average mintage for the other years was more like 5.5 million. So yeah, it's lower mintage numbers.
That's why it's higher.
All right, we are moving on. Excuse me. All right, next up, in 1993, Brilliant Uncirculated. So $25. So it's got some toning going on. Got almost like a gold patina.
I know you're right about.
This one's probably spent some time in an album. Yeah, it is. It's slightly different from the newer ones. All right, last call on this one. Hidden said the older one have a more concave look to the obverse. The design itself is the same. $1993, the last year of the Fox Body Mustang. Good to know, I guess. Just in case anybody's wondering. We're here to educate and inform, and now you know when the last year of the Fox Body Mustang was. I'm going to hit reset again. I'm riding on.
Yay, green again.
All right, there we go. All right, moving on. Next up, we got the Millennium Coin, the year 2000. And this one we're looking for $22. And this one's got more of like a satiny finish on it.
Your email was small type.
It's nothing I'm doing, Bill. It looks normal when I send it. All I can say is this: if it does that, copy paste it to a notepad or something and blow it up.
That was normal this time. According to Cindy.
Over $22. Anyone? Beautiful satin finish 2000 Silver Eagle.
Silver.
And going to silver, $22. You're at silver. All right, got one more eagle for tonight. It's another satiny finish looking 2015. Looking for $20 on this one. Not so much as a ding on this thing.
Yeah. It definitely looks pretty. And it would make a good addition.
Last call. 2015 satin finish Silver Eagle. $20. All right, we're moving on. All right, next up, now we're getting into Libertads.
Libertad.
Which every year of these, every one of these that we're about to show you are $25 each. And we are starting with the very first year the Libertads were ever made, 1982. And for those that don't know, there's actually edge etching.
Those are my favorite Libertads. It's funny.
And this one's going to silver. But yeah, so for those of you who don't know, there's actually edge print on the Libertads.
Hello.
So, all right, this one is going to silver. Grat silver. I think you're saying the Type 1s have the edge print. The Type 2s don't.
I don't know.
All right, next up.
1983.
Oh, these are out of order. Fantastic.
It's supposed to be 1983.
Hang on. Let me find the right date.
Oh.
4 93.
'87.
Yeah, these are all out of order.
83.
Here, do me a favor. Put those in order for me. All right, we got the right one. 1983. This again is one with the edge print on it. So, second year of the Libertad. Again, we're looking for $25 on this one.
Alright. They are all in order.
Going to silver, $25. Grab silver. Silver likes himself some Libertads.
Silver, you're upgrading to a box, just FYI.
Alright. Next up, this one again has got the edge lettering. And this is the 1984. So this is the third year of the Libertad. For $25. We have a very shy shoebox. Sold to Silver, 25. Congrats, Silver. Silver's just looking to build his whole collection right now. All right, next up, we're jumping a couple of years. This is the 1987. This one's got the Edge lettering on it. And once again, looking for 25 bucks.
Okay, Cindy.
Okay, Cindy. Last call on this one. 1987 Libertad. Going to have supper with the woman. Enjoy your supper, sir.
Yes. Enjoy.
All right, moving on. Next up is the 1989. Looking for 25 bucks. First, you got your Edge lettering on there. The U.S. had a topless coin. I think we did, didn't we? Didn't the original Walking Liberty design, wasn't that originally topless? Or the Seated Liberty, or one of those?
I don't remember.
Okay, that looked this.
All right, last call on this one. 1989 Libertad, 25 bucks. These are all BU, by the way. Every one of these.
I just want to wait until Cindy gets back.
Oh, yeah. All right, moving on.
Jumping a couple of years.
All right, now we got one that's got the reeded edge And this one is the 1992. Hey, Alden. 1917 Standing Liberty Quarter, one boob showing. I knew we had one. Thank you, Alden. Again, looking for $25.
Silver.
Sold to silver. Congrats, silver. All right, and this is the last one for the Libertads. And this one's got almost like a satin finish. And this is the 1993. This one's a reeded edge as well.
Okay.
And once again, $25.
This one looks beautiful, people. Lots of detail. Sneaky looks evil.
And last call on this one. Because I haven't said it yet, hello to all the lurkers.
Yes.
All right, we are moving on. Anybody decide you want any of that silver, let us know. It will be here. Anybody decides you want that gold, let us know it'll be here. If anybody missed it, yes, we did actually have gold today. We had a 1 gram gold bar from Istanbul. $55 if anybody wants it. CJ's probably working. Yeah, probably. All right. Next up, Morgan dollar. All right, we got an 1878 Morgan dollar. And this one is a Carson City. I've got it in a good condition. And this one we are looking for $80. And Cindy, I even PM'd you on Facebook to let you know that I sent an update out in the email. Because two of the peace dollars were already gone, so they got replaced with 2 Carson City Morgans. So the only peace dollar that's actually that on the list that you have that's available tonight is the 22. 1878 was the first year they made the Morgan dollars. And on this one, you're getting it as a Carson City to boot. It's very, very rare that you can ever get Carson City Morgan dollars for under $100. Yeah, I did it as an add-on at the bottom of that email. Either way, it's neither here nor there. We're all good. All right, last call on this one. All right, we're going to move on. Next up, we got the 1880 Carson City. Also in good condition. And this particular one is the reverse of the 78. And what you're mainly looking at is right there, that fletching is split into two fletchings instead of being one long solid fletching. So that is the reverse of the 78. And again, it is the Carson City. And this one again is $80. Fletchings are the flights on the end of arrows and darts, Hayden. And I'm going to do a bundle deal on these in case anybody would like to add both of these Carson Cities to your collection. If anybody wants both of them, I will give you both of them, and I will knock $10 each off. So it'll be $70 each instead of $80 if you get both. No, Annie, these are not reproductions. These are the original deal. These are 100% 100% authentic. If we ever have a coin that's a reproduction, I tell you right out the gate. As soon as we show it the first time, this is a reproduction.
Yeah.
And for the people that are on the mailing list to get the auction lot list, it will say reproduction next to it. But I wouldn't even bother carrying a reproduction of a Morgan dollar. That'd be pointless. I'd just rather just get the real thing.
Yeah.
Okay, Alden. Well, it looks like they're not because we are moving on. But yeah, just toss us an email. All right, then we got one piece dollar, one war dollar, one piece dollar tonight. This is a 1922 Denver,
It's D over S.
but it's got a D over S RPM, and this thing has got a shattered die. I mean, look at all of those die crack webbings. You got it splitting out over there, splitting out over here, running down along, running up along right there. You got another one right there. Got another
It has
one
the grades all on it.
running up around. On the two Morgans, I've got those at being both at goods. On this particular one, this one I've got at extremely fine. And then, so that's the shattered die portion of it. And then you come over here to the mint mark. Zoom in on this thing. You can clearly see the cross line of the S inside that D. And then
That looks like AU.
it could be an AU. I might have undergraded it. And then just right in there, you can just barely make out the top of the serif of the S. I tried a bunch of resources to try and find a D over S listing for a 1922 piece dollar, and I couldn't find one. So this one might actually be a new thing that has never really been recorded before. But this one we're going to be looking at $45. Shattered die obverse, D over S on the reverse. Again, you got that. There's the crossbar, the S right there. You can just make out the top serif of the S. I've got it in an EF. Hidden says it's an AU. Either way, it's a great coin. And it could be yours for $45.
I think it's just because of how much wire is on the side. Is why you did it. as an EF.
I mean, it's got a lot of luster.
Yeah,
Definitely no shortage of luster on this thing.
it just probably has some more on it somewhere.
You know, all that multitude of die cracks on the obverse. This die had it. The thing was definitely spent.
Okay.
For 45, anyone? Gonna go last call in this one. You guys are always asking for variety coins. Here's a great one. Shattered die obverse, RPM reverse. All right, moving on. If anybody decides they want any of those silver dollars, let us know. All right. Next up, we're going to be having some barber half dollars. And these are going to be blowout price. All of them except for the first one are going to be $8 each. And I'm going to step aside for a moment, and my wife is going to start showing you these, so I will be right back.
Okay. Hello, peeps. We have a 1894 Morgan dollar or Barber dollar.
Barber half dollar.
Barber half dollar. There we go. I'm not doing so good. It's in good condition, and this is going for $15. 1894. There's your mint mark. And did you catch the elephants that I put up? The elephants in chat. It's in chat. There's 4 of them in a row. Last call on this one. You could take this home for $15. All right, moving on to the 1906 Barber half dollar in good condition. 1906. $8. And there is your estimate mark. Anyone? Remember, guys, these are 90% silver. Okay. Yeah, and it's over 100 years old.
$8 a piece. These are great coins.
Yeah.
It's only $2 over melt.
Last call. You can come back. Over.
All right, I am back. Carson CC's.
He said $70 each, which would be 140.
Would I do 135 for both? I'll do 135 for both, Annie. Just make sure that you, if you want them, that you email us all of your information. We need your shipping information, and we need to know what your PayPal email is, so we can invoice you. All right, we are moving on from this one. Next up is 1907. This one's in a good condition. Oh yeah, thanks, Cindy. I forgot about that.
What?
That new people have to respond within 24 hours, or it goes to the next person.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So since Alden said he'd email us as well.
Yeah.
For $8, anyone?
It's not the.
It's 1907.
I don't know if it was the DD or not.
Just doing your job. Hey, I'm glad you remembered because I forgot. I forgot we set that up.
Because we rarely have any newbies.
Always nice when we do, though.
Yes.
Always happy to welcome the new folks. Let's call on this one. Keep in mind, everybody, if anybody's been thinking about starting to collect barbers, you're getting these things for $2 over melt. That is a big, really good deal for barber half dollars. For anybody who knows the barber series, you know that as these things go up in grade, they shoot up in price fast.
For the last two.
Talk about this one, or are you talking about the first two? Talking about the 6 and the 7? Alden? Well, I'll do that for the 6 and the 7 for you. So you get the 1906S and the 197 plane. Yeah, I'll do that for you, Alden. So Alden's grabbing these two for $15. So that'll be $7.50 each.
Davis, right?
Yep. Congrats, Alden. See, guys, don't be afraid to make offers. Sometimes we take it.
$7.50.
Yeah. All right, next up, we got 1907 Denver in very good. $8. This one's actually got some Liberty on there. And this one's going to Alden. Congrats, Alden. And next up, we got the 1908 Plain Date. This one's in good condition. We've got just a little bit of Liberty right there on the left side. And then you can just make out the T. Good haircut on the barbers. And this one's going to Alden. Congrats, Alden. All right, next up, we got the 1909 San Francisco. This one's in good condition. L and I and Liberty, and just barely at the top of the T over there at the end.
It's a 1909.
Once again, looking for that $8. Got some toning stripes on the reverse on this one, so this one spent some time in an album. That's what that's from. Last call on this one. All right, we are moving on. Next up, we've got the 1911 Denver and Good. Just like the others, you got the L, most of the I, and then the top of the T for Liberty. Denver mint mark. Last call on this one. Moving on. Right, next up, we got the 1912 in good. This would be the plain date. If there's anybody out there that's new to coins, plain date means there's no mint mark, which means it came from the Philadelphia Mint, with only a few exceptions, those being the 65, 66, and 67s for any denomination, when the mints were all ordered to not put mint marks on the coins. Which is why for those 3 years for the mint sets, you just have this special mint set. So there really is no way of knowing on any of those coins what mint they actually came out of. But for the most part, the rule of thumb is if it doesn't have a mint mark, it's from Philadelphia. Last call in the 1912. Well, there's got something going on with the top of that W there. It's got a line going straight across it. So that's... What is that? Let's have a look. You're sure that wasn't designed that way? Give me a second. I'm curious now. I'm going to look this thing up. Arbor 1912 plain date. Oh, that was designed that way. That's a weird design for a W. Who the heck's idea was that? God, that is a hokey design for a W. No, it's not where, Cindy. That was designed that way. To have that line going all the way across like that. That's actually designed that way. Every 2012 plain date is that way. That is a hokey design. Oh yeah, it's definitely worn, but that's just... Who thought that was a good idea on the font? That's just weird. Alright. Alright, we are moving on. Right, next up, we got the 1915 San Francisco in very good. Yeah, see, that's what a W should look like. Not with that weird line going across. That's just weird. Again, we're looking for $8. There's your San Francisco mint mark. She hasn't actually said anything yet.
cheaply, well, eat.
Oh, dude.
And I replied.
Okay. By the way, just a reminder to everybody that wins auctions tonight, or wins coins tonight. If you make your payment by tomorrow morning, your stuff will ship tomorrow, and you'll have it by Thursday or Friday. But if the payment gets made after we do the shipping, then we only ship on Tuesdays, so it'll carry over to the next week. All right, last call on this one. $19.50 San Francisco, $8. Again, that puts these at only $2 over melt. All right, moving on. Oh, that's the same one. We had two of those. Didn't realize it.
Yeah, and she just put that up, and that was one wasn't good.
Yeah, I figured if nobody took the very good, nobody's gonna take the good. So we're gonna. Oh, that was the last three of them were 15s. All right, so we're just gonna move on then. So we're done with barbers. If anybody decides you want any of those, let us know. And we are going to move on to some Kennedy half dollars. All right, so this one is in a generic slab. It just says genuine silver proof Kennedy half dollar, 1976. See that separation there on the scratches? That's how you know it's on the plastic. It's not on the coin.
$5.
But this one we're looking for $5. This is the 40% silver Kennedy proof for the bicentennial year. That is a very good price for the Kennedy silver proof. There's all kinds of deep cameo.
Alden.
And this one is going to Alden. Congrats, Alden. All right, next up is a clad Kennedy proof for the bicentennial year. And this one's actually graded. This is a 1976S PCGS Proof 69 DCAM.
$10.
There's your PCGS code. And this one is $10. Again, all these scratches are in the plastic. They're not on the coin. As you can tell with the Proof 69 grade.
You can't have it on the coin. It's all on the plastic.
Yep. And if you're very careful, you can actually buff these scratches out of the slabs so that they're clear again. We're looking for $10. PCGS graded. Proof 69 decam. Bicentennial $50. The process of getting this thing graded alone costs more than $10.
Yeah.
Last call on this one. Just on a little side note, by the way, for any time you see coins that are in slabs, always make sure you check the coin really close, because if there's any kind of error or variety on the slab, it's not necessarily going to say it on the slab label, because PCGS will only add that to the label if you pay an extra fee and tell them specifically to do it. So you can still find errors and varieties on slabbed coins that are not marked. And NGC and Annex are the same way. You got to pay that extra fee. All right, moving on. Moving into quotas now.
You guys can talk.
You guys are allowed to chat. Have fun. This is a relaxed environment. Heck, I started the stream off today by dumping soda on myself. All right, we got a 1934 Washington quarter with a lamination error, as you can see right there. Get the lamination peeling off, almost all the way across.
$5.
This one we are looking for $5. Went for George's jugular. Heck no, carotid.
Cool.
I haven't seen that movie in ages.
Neither have I.
Did y'all see there's finally a sequel of Top Gun coming out? For $5, anyone?
There's no Kmart left here.
Hey, Hoogie. Hey, the last Kmart we had here closed like
2 years ago.
2 years ago. There are no more Kmart's in Tucson.
Yeah, top weight came.
In 1934 plain date with a lamination error.
$5.
We're only asking $5.
Very slow on the driveway.
Hey, Don. Are you tonight? All right, last call on this one. 1934 silver quarter. Lamination error. Only $5.
Well done.
Judge Walpnut is the people's codes. All right, moving on. All right, next two items are some silver quarter bundles. Actually, the next few items are technically. But these are silver quarter 5-packs. Asking price is $25 each. This is the first of the 5-packs. This is you got a 1937 plain date. You got a 1957 Denver. In beautiful condition. (1959) Denver. (1964) Denver. And 1963 plain date. So that is the first bundle. Here's the second. Start out with the 1941 San Francisco. And then 1957 plain date. And by the way, if anybody wants both these bundles, I will give you a discount. The 1959 Denver. 1962 Denver. And a 1964 Denver. So again, $25 each for the bundles. If somebody does want both, I'll knock them down to, let's say, 22 bucks each. So you say $6 overall. Anybody interested? Good chance for somebody to build up their quarter collection. And you do have some nice old dates in there. You got that 37 plain date in the first bundle, and that 44S in the second, or 41S. Sorry. Anybody interested? All right, last call. 25 bucks each, or if you get them both, then it's 22 bucks each. All right, we're going to move on. If anybody decides you want those, let us know. All right, next up we got some sets. These are the silver proof quarters. And the first one, we got two available. It's the entire 2006. So these are 90% silver each.
$20.
And these are $20 for the whole year. You got the Colorado, South Dakota, again, these are all 90% silver proofs. Nebraska, Nevada, and finally the North Dakota. All 90% silver, all deep cameo proofs. We've got two of the 2006 sets available. Anybody interested? Last call on these. Hey, Alan. All right, moving on. Next up is the 2007. Again, these are all 90% silver. So this one you're getting Idaho. Some toning on it. Wyoming. Utah. Montana. And Washington. Again, all deep cameo proofs. All of these are 90% silver. And you're getting the whole year set, 20 bucks. It's only $4 per quarter. That's $1 over melt per quarter. Basically, well, $1.01 over melt for each one of these quarters. All right, last call on the 07s. Oh yeah, average list value for these is like 16 bucks each. All right, we're gonna move on. All right, and then we've also got the 2008 full set. Again, these are 90% silver each. All deep cameo. We got Hawaii. We got Oklahoma. We got New Mexico. We got Alaska. And our home state, Arizona. Again, it's $20. You get all 5 for the year. All right, and I will sweeten this up a little bit since this is a clearance week. Trying to blow some stuff out. If anybody wants all 3 years, the 2006, 7, and 8, that's 15 quarters, all 90% silver proof. But you got to buy all 3 years. I'll drop them to $18 per year. Yeah, they are beautiful coins. So at 18 bucks, if somebody gets all 3 of them, all 3 of the years at 18 bucks a piece, that's only 60 cents over melt per quarter. No, Don. Shipping is $4 up to 4 ounces, and then it goes up to $8 for the one rate padded envelope, or $8.50 for the small flat rate box. And if you only end up getting 1 or 2 small things, we'll let you keep your package here so that you can maximize the shipping.
But you have to pay your shipping.
All right, last call on these. $20 per year, or all 3 years for 18 bucks each. All right, moving on. All right, next up is Indian head pennies. And you want the 34 error on the quarters? The lamination error? Yeah. This one? Yeah, we can add that to your pack. Not a problem. This one's going to Annie for $5. Congrats, Annie. All right. Starting out the Indians, we got an 1879. And very good. Looking for $5. Here's our payment info again for anybody who's new. All of the years in the 1870s are the hardest years to get for the Indians. All of the 60s and even the 58 and the 59 are easier to get than the 70s. So you got a chance at one right now for $5.
Patty, did you get my email?
Did you get the email from us, Annie? Last call on this one, $5. 1879 and very good. All right, we are moving on. Next up is 1880 and fine.
Sorry.
And this one we were looking for $3. All right, we are moving on. Next up, we got an 1884 and very fine. And this one we're looking for $4. Yeah, where's our Indian lovers tonight? All right, moving on. All right, next up, we got an 1886 Type 1 in fine. That is correct, Hidden. So what he's talking about is, for anybody who doesn't know Indians, he's talking about this feather right here. Because it's pointing between the I and the C as a Type 1. If it was a Type 2, it would be pointing directly at the C. All right, moving on. Next up, we got 1887 and very good. So we're looking for $2. Will do, Don. All right, moving on. Next up, we got an 1888 and fine plus. This one's $3. Oh, DeCone is buying the 1888s. This one is going to DeCone. Congrats, DeCone.
Hi, Dakota.
Have a good
You're
night,
late.
Don. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. All right, next up, 1891 and very fine. Looking for $4. You love yourself. And this one's going to DeCone. Congrats, DeCone. All right, next up is 1893 and fine. Looking for $3. moving on. I'm going to step aside a moment because I need to use the restroom. So I'm going to let my lovely wife take over for a moment.
Okay. Now we're on the 1895 NVF. And this one is going for $4. Anyone? Make out some of Liberty. It's just very faint. Last call. Alright. Moving on to the 1898 in VG. $2. No, this is the 98. The $2 one. Sunday. Anyone? Alright, moving on to the 1899 and fine. And Cindy had already put it up. And it's $3. Anyone? Going last call on this one. Alright, moving on. To the 1901 Indian in VF. And this one is $4. I'm gonna go last call. This has some really kind of cool toning on it. Some purple and pink and orange. Alright, moving on. And Lewis is taking back over with the 1902.
I am back. Alright, so we got 1902 and very fine. So we're looking for $4. Little grading tips for anybody grading Indians. You can see my pointer on the screen. If you have the fully defined headband, that's how you know you got a very fine. With, of course, having full liberty in it. And then if you look down here where the ribbon comes down, if you got a full separation line right here, which you can see right here, it's worn down right there. But if it's a full separation line, then it's an extremely fine. If you don't have full ribbon, but you have a decent bit of liberty in it, then you got a fine. If you have full defined edge, so the whole rim is fully defined, and you got at least part of the headband defined with a little bit of liberty, then you got a very good. And then if you got any flattening on the edge or the whole headband is flat, then you're looking at a good. So just little tips on how to tell between good and extremely fine for Indians. I'm kind of a student of Rick Snow when it comes to the Indians and the Flying Eagles. So I've been learning a lot on how to grade these. And Rick Snow, for anybody who's not familiar with that name, he literally wrote the book on Flying Eagle and Indian cents. He's the world's top expert in Flying Eagle and Indian cents. If you've ever seen a listing of either of those and it has a Snow designation on it, that's Rick Snow. That means he discovered that. Like, I got a Flying Eagle that's actually a graded Flying Eagle back in our stuff back there. That's it's a Snow 9, and it's clashed with a Seated Liberty half cent or a $half. So again, that Snow 9 designation, that means that Rick Snow is the guy that discovered it. All right, moving on. All right, next up, we got a 1903 in very fine. So we're looking for $4. You guys might be noticing a pattern here. Pretty much, if it's very good, it's $2. If it's fine, it's $3. If it's very fine, it's $4. And then we do have one extremely fine coming up. It's going to be $5. Easy pricing method. All right, we're moving on. Next up is a 1904 very fine. This one, of course, is going to be $4. We're not there yet, Dacone. I want to make sure you see it first.
Yes.
Well, make sure you glance over when you hear me say 1907 so you can actually see it. All right, moving on. Next up, 1905 in very fine. This one is almost an extremely fine, but not quite. So this would be a higher end on the very fine, be about 30 to 35, somewhere in there. All right, man.
What?
So he guarantees he'll never return a coin for $40 or less. All right, we are moving on. I'm going to go ahead and show the one that DeCone's buying real quick. This has actually got some Woody in it, too. But this is the EF, and it's actually got 2 diamonds. Again, if you can see my pointer, you got the diamond at the end right here, and you got the diamond up here.
Hi, Coin Dragon.
Hey, Coin Dragon. This is a wood that you see. DeCone just bought this one for $5. That is going to DeCone. All right, but next up for everybody else, here's a 1906 in very fine.
$4.
Looking for $4. For anybody who likes really old coins, we've got some almost 2,000-year-old coins coming up here towards the end. Get the pointer out of the way. All right, moving on. And here is the last of the Indians. In 1909, in fine.
Tweet at us.
And this one we're looking for $3. So again, you got part of the headbands, but you still got some smoothed out portions. You know, you got a chunk of Liberty in there, but not all of it. So that's how you know you got a fine. And this was, of course, the last year of the Indian head cents. They made a plain date and a San Francisco Indian head cent in 1909, as well as all of the various wheat cents for 1909. So lots of different small cents for that year. Because you had the 1909 plain date, non-VDB, and then the VDB, and then you had the 1909S, no VDB, and SVDB. So altogether, you had 6 different pennies for that year. All right, we are moving on. If anybody decides you want any of those Indians, let us know. Add which one? The 09? Okay. Annie is grabbing the 09. Congrats, Annie. All right, next up. We got a brilliant uncirculated 1958 wheat cent. But this guy has got multiple die cracks on it and a slight lamination error. So that's the lamination error right there. I don't know how well you're seeing that on camera. Focus in on that better. I don't know if you can see it, but that's actually the lamination starting to peel up a little bit right in here.
And then it has multiple layer cracks on it.
It'd be hard to show it because it's only a slight bit that is peeling up. And then you can definitely tell it's a worn die. And then it's got a cracked skull right there. And it's got a crack coming off the 8 to the edge right there. It's a faint one, but it's there. So lots going on the obverse there. So this one we're going $5 or best offer. If anybody wants a 58 BU with die cracks and a cracked skull and a slight lamination error, $5 your best offer. Anybody interested? Last call. Feel free to make an offer. All right, we're moving on. If anybody decides they want that, let us know. All right, we got an offer of $250 from Annie Day. I'll go $250 on it, Annie. I'll let you have that one for $250. There you go, Gretz. You're very welcome. See, we're easy to work with. Typically, as long as an offer is not less than what we paid for it, we'll usually take it. We're not greedy. We're just trying to get coins into your hands. Boost your collections. All right, next up, we've got a United States Philippines bundle. This is a 9-coin bundle. Price on it's going to be $30. Can I just give you a Carson City Morgan? Yeah, sure, Hidden. I'll tell you what. I will give you a Carson City Morgan if you just give me a flowing hair dollar. How's that sound? So for anybody who doesn't know, the United States used to actually own the Philippines. Well, there you go. And this is coins from when we owned it. So this bundle is starting off with a 10 centavos. And this is from 1918. And it is a San Francisco. See the mint marker right down there. This is 75% silver. These older dates for the silver coins are getting increasingly harder to find. Then we got a 1944 S, 1 centavo. This is the big bronze. 1 centavo. And there's your San Francisco mint mark. And then a 1945 S, 5 centavo. This one is a copper nickel clad. Again, your S mint mark. All right, then you got a 1943 Denver, 10 centavo, 75% silver. And this one is in AU. And there's your Denver mint mark right there. And then you got a 1944 Denver centavo, or 10 centavo. Brilliant uncirculated, 75% silver. And then you got a 1945 10 centavo from Denver in AU. 75% silver. And then you got a 1945 Denver 20 centavo. It's 40% or 75% silver. And this one's AU. And then you got the 1944 Denver 20 centavo. in AU. $75 silver. And then the last coin of the bundle in AU is a 1944 San Francisco 50 centavo. 75% silver.
Sorry.
Again, this bundle is $30 for all 9 coins. There's a good chunk of silver in this collection. And some of the older dates that are harder to find. Or, well, one of the older dates that's harder to find. You got that 18 in there. Anybody interested? These are those U.S. coins that most people don't know about and are getting a lot harder to get. For one thing, because during the war with Japan, I think it was during the war with Japan, the Philippine people threw a lot of these into the ocean. But it was during the time when the Philippines were fighting to get independence to just be the Philippines. So they threw a lot of their currency that was made by their previous rulers into the ocean. Because apparently somebody thought that was a good idea.
Right.
I would have been the person out there with a freaking scuba suit. Scuba suit and a bucket. He's like, yeah, keep throwing. Go ahead. Let me know when the gold coins are coming. All right, last call on these. The Wilson dollar. Which one is that? I'm not recognizing that name right off. The gold coin is for the Philippines. $19.20. Oh, okay. All right, we're moving on. If anybody decides they want that bundle, let me know. Speaking of gold, if anybody's interested, that little 1 gram gold bar is still here from Istanbul. 1 gram, 9999 gold, $55 if anybody wants it. Gold is on the up and up right now. Last time I checked, it had already gone up like $30-something today. Let me have a look again. Yeah, gold is $32 right now so far today. At 1,473 now. All right. Next up, we have an error coin, well, variety coin, I guess, from Canada. Thunder.
Yep.
So the 1937 1-cent token from the Bank of Montreal. So anybody who knows the bank tokens, you guys have seen these before. Anybody who doesn't know about these were the coins that were made in Canada before they had the Canadian Royal Mint, and the banks had to make their own. And this particular one has a double die. Will do, Alden. And I did show this to Rick and had him confirm it right there. You're on the E there, if you can see my pointer. And then on the A and the L in Montreal, that is all doubling. And he did try and find any information about this one and was not able to. So here's a chance for somebody to put your mark in the numismatic world. And you can sign up for Coins of Canada or whatever and submit this yourself. And then you got another something or other going on above the N right there as well. And they will actually put your name on this as the person who discovered it. So this one we're looking for $20. 1837 1-cent token from Canada, Bank of Montreal, with a double die on the reverse. Anybody? Last call. And that goes to show what I'm always saying about foreign coins is, anything that you find in American, you can find on foreign. So here's an example of a foreign double die. You die cracks, die chips, everything. Because the coin making process is still the same no matter where you're at. That's some strong doubling. All right, moving on. All right, time to get into the truly old. These are the ancients. Our channel is pretty much the only channel you'll ever see these on. We're the only ones that really delve into these because I love them. And I like to be able to offer them to you guys. All right, got a red line. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take care of that real quick. All right, there we go. Now we're green. All right. So this is our first one, as you can see there in chat. This is Hadrian. That's the emperor. Bi-tetradrachm is the denomination. This was minted in Alexandria, Egypt. It is from between 1117 and 117 and 138 AD. And this one is silver. It is 83.5% silver on average. So, have you guys, I'm sure, have you ever seen like garden gnomes? The little gnome statues that people put in your gardens? Well, those actually started out with what was called basically a garden hermit. And back in the ancient days, and even up until maybe 100 years ago, one of the ways the wealthy people would show off their wealth is they would just hire somebody to live as a hermit in their garden. And that was your whole job. Now, there were caveats to that, in that you weren't allowed to ever cut your hair, your beard, or your fingernails or toenails, and you weren't allowed to bathe. And you were never allowed to leave the grounds. Well, that started off, the way that whole thing started off, leading up to what today now is the garden gnomes, is believed to have started with this guy, Emperor Hadrian, who had a small house built in the middle of his garden where he would go if he wanted to just get away from the stresses of ruling Rome. He would just go chill it in his little house and nobody was allowed to come bug him. So it's believed that that's where the whole thing started off. It's kind of an interesting little backstory. But this one, if anybody's interested, we were looking for $100 on this one.
Yeah, we actually.
Oh, good, we always need the rain. So this person on the reverse of it is the god Helios. And this is an exceptionally rare. I'm sorry, that's Helios. No, this is Hadrian. Okay, this is Hadrian. The other one is Helios. So this is the Emperor Hadrian, and especially having it in this condition is actually really, really rare for this particular emperor. And then This is the god Helios. Now they had a thing with putting the gods on their coins a lot back then.
Yeah.
And this coin does come complete with the RPC number and the Tatari number. That's all for the confirmation that this is actually a genuine coin from the ancient world.
Yeah, because you did some all rain in
All right, last call on this one. Don't worry, not all of the ancients are this expensive. This just happens to be more of a rarity. And it's just a big, thick hunk of silver.
Yeah.
This thing's got a thick relief. I wonder what the weight on this thing is. Let's scale that. Kind of curious what the weight on this thing is. I'm going to check real quick. So we can figure out what we did with the scale.
I don't know what we did.
Oh, here it is. It's over here. All right. This thing is just shy of half an ounce in weight. So, considering it's only about the size of a quarter around, that tells you how thick this thing is.
I think it's a little bit bigger than a quarter.
Oh. Let's see. We got a quarter right here.
No? It's a little smaller.
Yeah, it's actually a tiny bit smaller than a quarter, but still with a half ounce of weight. There's the thickness difference. Yeah, I don't know what created that red and green on there. It's something that's been on there since the ancient world. So who knows? Maybe it's ancient bubblegum. All right, we're going to move on. If anybody does decide they want that, let me know. All right, next up. Plus, they're just fun to look at, right? These things are awesome. All right, next up, we got a bronze coin. This one is Commodus. For the Emperor, AE means bronze. AR is silver, of course, ardent silver. The denomination is 30 perium. This one was minted in Mysia. And it is 177 to 192 AD. And these little inserts have, some information about them. And then you got the Seer number, 1960, and then the Von Aulich number, 7444. So that's how you look these things up so you can confirm they're genuine. Alright, so you got Commodus on the obverse. And then the reverse, you've got She-Wolf suckling the twins Romulus and Remus. And then the lettering down here at the bottom is actually the mint mark. And eventually I am going to do one of the episodes of Cheapskates Coins of the World. I'm going to do a whole thing on Roman coins and the mint marks. So hopefully you guys will tune in for that when I do that. So we're looking for $30. Hidden, you are the only person on earth that heard that. And then the Romulus and Remus are, of course, what there's 2 stars in the night sky that are named after Romulus and Remus. And it's, if you look up at the night sky and you find Orion, the constellation Orion, and you look just, okay, you got like the head of Orion, and you look just kind of up and to the left, you'll see 2 stars right next to each other. That's Romulus and Remus. And then they're also known as the other twin name. Thank you. Castor and Pollux. That's the other names. I think Romulus and Remus, I think, was the Roman, and then Castor and Pollux was the Greek names. But they're basically referring to the same thing. Thank you, Coin Dragon. My mind went completely blank right there for a second. All right, last call on this one. $30. Think about the age of these coins, guys. This coin is basically 1,800 years old. Oh, very cool, Coin Dragon. Yeah, same here. I actually have a science community on Facebook and YouTube as well. It's called IRD Science. Granted, I very rarely ever have time to post anything in it these days. I want to try and get back to it again. But yeah, I've been doing that since 2012. All right, we are going to move on. All right, next up. This is from 198 AD. This is a silver denarius in fantastic condition. I mean, look at that. 1,800 years old and it still looks that good. This is a silver denarius, and this is Septimus Gata Caesar. And this one is $40. Yeah, this thing is in fantastic condition for its age. Considering his brother tried to erase him, yeah. Yeah, like anywhere where his name was written got scraped out. Anywhere where there was a likeness of him got scraped off. His brother literally tried to erase this guy from history completely.
It did not work.
Well, no, it was, a very large task to try and do that. This one you can actually read it perfectly well. Sept Gata. Sees. Don't. Looks even better on the big screen. I bet. Sorry, Hidden, I can't do $20 on this one. That would be less than what I paid for it. All right, last call on this one. Probably about the lowest I could go on this one, guys, would be like 35. And even that would be pushing it. I got you. All right, we're moving on. All right, next up. And this is our second to last coin for tonight. This is Gordian the Third. Silver. That word. That's the denomination. So Antoninus. Imagine having to say that constantly during the day. And this one is, of course, from Rome. 235 to 270 AD. Seer number 8604, Rick number 35. Now, don't quote me on this, but I believe Gordian III was related to the famous Gordian, which was the one that created the Gordian knot. That Alexander the Great solved the puzzle of the Gordian knot by drawing a sword out and just cutting it in half. And saying, there you go, it's undone. Because there was that whole legend of the person who could figure out how to unravel the Gordian knot would become the rightful ruler of all Greece. So that was how Alexander the Great did it. He just cut it in half. He was like, there you go. It's undone. And he did become the ruler of all Greece. And I think this guy was actually a descendant of that Gordian. But again, don't quote me on that. Could be mistaken. This one, we were looking for $40. And the person sitting on the reverse is Concordia. Anybody who's a fan of the story of the 300 is really going to like the next one. All right, we're to move on. Our final coin of the night. This is a large silver coin. And it's from the Persian Empire. So I said anybody who likes the story of the 300 might like this one. Because the Persian Empire was who they were fighting against. So this is Sasanian kings. And this particular one is Khusro the First. 531 to 579 AD. And it is a drachma. And then you got Global Type 2. This one's $50. This one is roughly about the size of an American small dollar. Oop, upside down. So that is the fire altar. Yeah, fire altar decorated with ribbons. 2 attendants facing above crescent and star. That's the reverse of the coin. And then this is the obverse. It always takes me a minute to remember which way this one faces. There it is. Okay. All right, and then the obverse, this is decorated bust right, wearing earrings and crown, surmounted by corimbos and crescent. Yep, Persia is now modern-day Iran. But before, they had the largest army in the world. Because they were the ones that would go around and just tell the people, we can either fight or you can just join our empire and I'll make you warlords. And the only thing you have to agree to is to come fight with us when we call on you. And most people just said, okay. Until, of course, they got to Greece, and Greece did not say okay. Greece told them where they could go stick it. Here's the other side again. Yeah, this thing is very cool. But for $50, this could be yours. All right, going last call. It's about the size of an American small dollar hidden. So like a Sacagaway or a presidential. That's that coin sitting on top of a barber half. So you've only got like the edge of the barber half showing. Let's get that lined up. So it's that much right there, smaller than a $50. Oh yeah, definitely. I love showing off these. I would love to see more people get into the ancients. All right, is there anything that anybody wanted to see again, or anything that you missed that you want us to revisit before we head out and get the invoices going and all that? Or even if there's anything that anybody just wants to know if we have available.
Remember, guys, if there's anything that you guys are looking for, just email us and let us know, and we'll try and get it for you.
All right, then we are going to call it a night. Everybody, thanks for coming out. We appreciate it. Just a reminder, if you guys get your payments in by morning, you'll ship tomorrow. Cindy, thanks for modding as always. We always appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, Cindy. I will let you know through instant message if you're had enough or not. All right, well, thank you everybody for coming out, and we hope you all have a great night.